So that dress, huh, Par? That dress from 2008. Is it black and blue or is it white and gold? The world
Is
may
it
never
from
know.
is it from 2008? There's no way.
No, I don't think so. I think it's like a 2015 thing.
In blue dress. Let me because what I was gonna I thought we were recording and I thought I was like, wow, this is like a crazy great 50-50 topic. But then I
People love
remembered
this.
but then I remembered what the topic was. Like I just got excited. So it's a couple. Okay, yeah, okay. This article got updated in 2023, but you said 2014. This was in 2015,
Oh
right?
wow, close.
Scottish man who rose to fame in 2015 over his mother-in-law's viral black and blue or gold and white dress that divided the internet is now accused of trying to murder his wife.
Oh, huge character development. Wow.
Yeah, so like they were having marital problems
Do you think
and
it was
like
over the dress?
yeah, I think so. Like, I don't want to read the rest of the article, so I'm just gonna make shit up. Because it honestly doesn't matter with this one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think they got into a fight over it because it was like their mother-in-law's dress, and they needed that dress for something, and they got into an argument whether it was black and blue, whatever, and then they posted it, and then because of the fame stuff, they kind of like amended their stuff, like their issues, but then like later on, due to like their fame or money that they got from it, whatever, then they started having problems again.
Did they
And
get
then
money off of that internet question?
I think so. I think so. It's
How
like
could
the
they
Hawk Tuah
monetize
girl.
it? Okay, but the Hawk Tuah girl, like you can, I could see how you monetize that because you become a personality. But for the
Yeah.
white and gold versus black and blue dress, like how do you monetize that?
Maybe they auctioned the dress. I would.
Maybe.
I'd
But, I mean,
get rid of
but you
that
just
shit.
said,
It was ugly.
oh, you made it up. I was about to say, like, but you said they fought over the dress.
All right, do you want me to read the article as fast as possible?
Yeah. Go ahead and speed read it. And
Okay.
wait, before you do that, just in case you guys don't know what we're talking about, a long time ago, there was this iconic image of a dress, and people were debating left and right about what color it was. I saw white and gold. I can see why it's black and blue. I mean, it's definitely like a trick of the camera, a trick of the light, and then of course everybody has like different variations on what colors they see. So it makes a lot of sense why it's black and blue in reality, and that is the true color of the dress. But I don't care. To me, it's white and gold. I think it's such a silly internet thing. People were fighting about it back in the day. It's like one of those things. Like nowadays, it's all about like politics and who's the next pedophile. But back in the day, it was just about the color of a certain dress. That was the big thing on the internet. And,
Wait,
it was a lot
or
simpler
Laurel?
times.
Yanni or Laurel?
See, that one I don't care. I think that one is so boring.
That
I
because
never
that was
participated in that fight.
that was the same era. Like it like for
Yeah,
some reason
that was like
we were
a
getting
couple
into
months later.
audio visual effect like illusions, and like it was like, oh my god, people hear Laurel, it's Yanni, blah blah. But yeah, in this one it's like the dress is black and blue, but because of the lighting and like art stuff, like it looks white and gold. I could see both. Like when I first saw it, it was literally like, I think it was like I saw it on my computer and it was black and blue, but then on my phone it was white and gold, or it was like vice versa. And so then I was like, wait, like what? And then my wife explained it to me because she was an art major, and I was just like,
For
oh,
some reason, I thought you were gonna say, with my left eye, I saw white and gold. With my right eye, I saw black and blue. You're like Yuho Waha from Bleach. You just see like multiple like
Yeah,
pupils just start
yeah.
popping out of your eye. I
It's
see
literally
everything.
it's you're not dumb if you see one color is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it just
But
happens.
Uh, but yeah, okay, so I'm gonna read this real quick. I read the first paragraph. Kier 38 of the Isle of Collins say, oh my god, these European
Isle of
places.
Collins is kind of cool.
Appeared at High Court of Glasgow on Monday after being charged with the attempted murder of his wife, Grace Johnston. He had allegedly committed an 11-year campaign of domestic violence acts and coercive control against Grace, which allegedly led him to try to kill her last March by pinning her to the ground and compressing her neck.
My
Kier denied
God.
all allegations against him, including that he repeatedly assaulted his wife at their home before brandishing a knife and attempting to strangle her. Other allegations stemming from incidents between April 2019 and March 2022 include allegedly pushing Grace against the wall, shouting, and throttling her. That's just European words. We don't know. He allegedly tried to get into the vehicle she was in and hit her through an open window, as well as another alleged incident where Kier put his wife in a headlock and dragged her out of a pub after she refused to leave with him.
A pugilist, I see.
Uh-huh.
They make him sound like he's doing a D&D campaign. They were like, yes, he had an 11-year campaign of abusing his wife. It's like, okay, damn, dude, 11 years? That's crazy, like, man.
This is one way to describe that.
Yeah. And 11 years ago, that kind of stemmed around the same time the dress went viral. Dude, I think the dress is like the start of the downfall of that marriage. It's gotta be, right? Like that dress, man. It haunted their relationship.
Debate also intrigue. I'm like skimming through to see how does the dress get. Oh, you know what? They got money because, like, remember back in the day, like, you do the most stupid shit, and then Ellen DeGeneres would bring you on TV.
No, and did Ellen bring them on?
Yeah, and get out a $10,000 check.
Ellen just brings everyone on, man.
Well, she's no more, but like, well, not like she died, but like, meaning like she doesn't do that anymore.
I was a big fan of Ellen DeGeneres back in the day.
Yeah, I always thought she was scary. I
really
like
was it? Yeah, are you scared of lesbians?
I don't know. No, but like my mom watched her a lot, and like whenever she was on TV, I just kind of got like spooky vibes, like something spooky was up. And then it turns out, you know what? It's like I think it was like I could sense like a bully, right? And so like I didn't care to watch my mom or
anything. Oh, you think Ellen's a bully? You're one of those people, huh?
And then it started coming out that she started bullying all their guests and shit, and then her own employees. I was like, yo, man, that's crazy.
Dude, it's hard to run a company nowadays, man. MrBeast, Ellen DeGeneres, man. I feel bad for some of these guys.
MrBeast is not an equivalent here to Ellen DeGeneres, all right? That's wild.
That's crazy, huh? That's a crazy comparison.
Yeah. Like I can't even think of what the comparison would be here, but like, but yeah, Ellen's. There's like this interview with I mean, this is a crazy segue, but there was an interview with like P. Diddy and like this lady who's trying to oust him, and then so she like went on TV and was like, I can't wait to expose P. Diddy about this picture, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day she was like fired from her like reporting, like from a news station. Like she was a national TV news anchor. And it's because P. Diddy called in and said like, no, like, blah, blah, get her off. I will never work with you, blah, blah, blah. And then like months later, he forced her to apologize on live TV, and she had her interview him, and the entire time P. Diddy's just staring at her with like these like literally like I'm gonna kill you.
I don't get it, dude. Like P. Diddy, he feels like one of those one-hit wonders. Like he's not that popular. Like outside of like 2010, like he shouldn't have been that popular. Like when people bring up P. Diddy nowadays, of course it's for like all the stuff, but like it's like no way he was still relevant. Like so funny enough, I'm watching The Bachelorette right now with my wife, and that's hilarious. And it's an old show, and the season I'm currently watching is like in 2015. And they're like, yeah, like I'm taking all these guys to like a rapping competition. It was super goofy. It was horrible. Okay. But the person they brought on was Dougie Fresh. And it's like, brother, this is 2015. Like, nobody cares about Dougie Fresh. It's like a one-hit wonder. And the reason I bring it up is because he reminds me of P. Diddy. It's like, who's listening to this guy?
So P. Diddy is always relevant because he's a billionaire. That's why.
Yeah.
So like,
I guess
he owns all the records for the Bad Boys. So that's why. And the reason why is because there's like all this controversy, but Eminem has been really vocal about it, which is crazy in his songs. And he straight up is like, yo, P. Diddy killed Tupac. Like P. Diddy paid the hit, whatever. And that stuff is like what people think are starting to like come out from like P. Diddy's fall came after about a year after they caught Tupac's killer. And so when they raided Tupac's killer's home, then they were like, yo, we're gonna finally figure out all the connections. And then like 6 months later, the P Diddy started feeling the heat, and then it like all started compiling together, like everything that like Cat Williams to eventually what P Diddy came to. It's like people were like, yo, shit, that probably came from that FBI raid that happened in Tupac's killer's home or whatever. But that's why P Diddy's always been relevant, is because he's been like not controlling, but more so like what people accuse Drake of, like, you know how like they're like, oh, Drake stole our lyrics, like he doesn't let rappers
Yeah.
like live every time that's P Diddy, but like on a bigger scale and like less like P Diddy isn't, he's not like you said, he's not relevant, right? Like Drake is. Like Drake shows up to place, oh my god, he's Drake. Nobody's doing that for P Diddy, but on the back end, he's like that, but even like bigger. And it's like crazy because like he's been like since like what, like the 80s or whatever, 80s and 90s, he's been racking up all that money. He's selling jeans, and then he has
That's
a
crazy.
clothing. Yeah. And it's just it's wild.
It's kind of like that Ice Baby guy. I don't know his name, Vanilla Ice, right? Like they'll bring him on, like I'm watching a lot of older shows. Then like they're like, oh my god, it's Vanilla Ice, and it's like, guys, he has one song. Guys, what are we doing?
No, and then the best part
Carrot
is
Top, let's go. Carrot Top. You mean just a ginger?
He
What do you mean?
thinks he's better than Eminem. He's like, yo, I'm a better rapper, and it's just like,
That's crazy.
it's like, yeah, and like Eminem like had to seriously address like not the controversy, but like the not the beef either, the comparison. He had to he's like, oh my god, people are saying you're the next Vanilla Ice, and what is Eminem supposed to even say to that? You know what I mean? Like after everything Eminem has done and did, and like every step of the way, be like, oh my god, Ice.
That's like one of the worst disses you could say to him. Hey Eminem, you're just like Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, white rapper, right? And then he's like, yeah, man, sure. Like that's all I got going for me. Marshall Mathers, woo! Like that's
the
it.
same genre as Ice Baby.
Yeah,
it kind of is, but I don't know. That's so funny.
I mean, it's like when people compare us to MrBeast. Now that MrBeast is going through all that controversy, now they're like, oh, I can't look at Psy and Par the same way after everything.
Because people know that we're like the MrBeast of YouTube.
Yeah.
The
We're
gift that
no,
keeps on giving.
MrBeast of One Piece YouTube.
Yeah. You're right.
Soon we should be doing massive. We should hold apocalyptic giveaways.
I always thought that'd be super cool, but like, there's so many laws around like apocalyptic giveaways.
Yeah, but did you see
so
the
hard
last
to hold
one?
like entertaining battles, bro?
Did you see MrBeast's last one?
No.
He posted? He did. He took two people, they're strangers, boy, girl. He locked them up in a nuclear bunker.
Oh, that's cool.
For 100 days. If no one backs out after 100 days, they get $500,000.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, hey, he did it, and it was funny because like I didn't finish it, but I watched like a little bit of it, but I read the comments because the comments are so informational.
Yeah.
And they were like, bro, this guy deserves to become a villain because he like cooked, cleaned, he did everything for the like he wasn't even like simping. He was just like, yo, I want the money. Like he was cooking, cleaning, doing all the chores, everything. And the girl was just like, what would I do without you? And he'd be like, die? Like
Did he say that?
Yeah, he's like, probably die. Like, what do you mean? I do everything. And then she's like, yeah, whatever. And everyone in the comments, and then like they were like quoting her at the end, like she was just like, apparently like she snubbed him at the end of the thing or whatever. And I was just like, dude, that's crazy. That like apparently, okay, so this is one of the things that they said. I think I watched this part. They were like, MrBeast offered them 200,000 to leave early. He said no, but then like a few days later, he was genuinely thinking about leaving for 10K because of how fed up he was with the girl. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's
he was
crazy.
willing to throw it all away because she was so annoying.
Yeah. Oh, and one of the crazy things that MrBeast did, he had an alarm that would ring every single day. And if they did not place their hands on two scanners, a flamethrower would burn all the money in front of them.
That's crazy. That's good
Yeah,
entertainment though.
I was like that's literally like One Piece logic. You know what I mean? I don't even know. Like that's just like
It's like
cartoon.
cartoony, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys don't place your hands on this, a giant flamethrower will come down from the ceiling and burn everything you've worked for. And I'm like, is he for real? Like what the fuck?
Ooh, they should have made it even better where like if they don't place their hands on the timer at least once a day, like a ghost will start haunting them.
How yeah, how would they I think like the thing is MrBeast has done what would be called like emotional torture before where I think it was like someone was in a grocery store
Yeah.
and yeah, he would take away things, but also he would get like on the intercom. I feel like one of the videos he was just like every day I'm
Oh,
gonna annoy
the
you.
yeah. The guy who like he gets like I think a couple thousand every time he like for every day he stays in a grocery store, right? Like
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
premise.
Yeah, around then he had a few videos like that, and I don't remember if it was the grocery store one or like he has like this room inside of his like in his studio place, and he locked someone in there, and they had to like give away one thing a day. But then oh, they had Carl, I think they had Carl get on the intercom and annoy him every single day, um, something like that. And I feel like to the person there, they didn't care. They're like, oh, whatever, it's just annoying. So, like as far as what you mean by ghost haunting you, I'm imagining like poltergeist, or like, do you mean like, oh, we're gonna booby trap
Yeah,
the
no.
place?
I'm imagining like a poltergeist.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like something from not of this world. I don't know how Mr. Beast would do it, but if somebody could do it, it would be him.
Have you heard about the like Mr. Beast had a Saudi billionaire person like literally you get a private investigator, stalk where Mr. Beast was, came to the States,
No.
and but the private investigator snitched and said like, yo, like this guy told me to find your location. He's a Saudi like prince or whatever. And so
What?
like they anticipated the guy coming, so Mr. Beast security got him, and the Saudi prince dude was just like, oh, I just wanted to give you my list of videos that I want you to do. And like, I don't, you can have money or whatever, but I don't want anything. I just wanted to send you this video thing, like ideas. And Mr. Beast like looked at it and they were garbage. Like he said some of them like on a podcast or whatever. It's like, yeah, it was like, whatever. It was like, okay. I
Some
mean,
of the
some of
worst
the stuff.
ideas known to mankind.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
And
gonna
I'm
use
just
those.
imagining you like just being like, I got it, Mr. Beast. You just need ghosts. Like,
Yeah, I was the Saudi billionaire. Mr. Beast, let me tell you, have you thought about summoning Cthulhu?
and then,
Do you know who H.P. Lovecraft is?
the the crazy thing is like Mr. Beast would probably be like, okay, all right, tell me about Cthulhu. And then like if you had a way to summon him, I think Mr. Beast would put it in a video 100%. Like
Yeah.
that's this is great content. Summoning other dimensional monsters. Let's do it. Like
Would you participate in a Mr. Beast challenge?
uh no, because like I I don't like blind challenges. You know what I mean? Like because
Mm,
yeah, like if I know what I'm getting into, I'm pretty confident in my abilities. And so
yeah.
like if I know what the challenge is, I know it, yes or no. Like there's no debate. Like, you know, like half of these like, you know, like you see those silly things where it's like an obstacle course over water and everyone's just not coordinated enough to like make it through the most simple things and they fall into the water. Like all that shit is super easy. I've done it before. We have it like we have multiple versions of those things and I've done them. But like I could do that. But then if they do some kind of weird like game one where you have to like I don't know, count to 100,000. I ain't doing that shit. Stop it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting there for 5 days counting to 100,000. I would do it if it was a blind thing and they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to count for like 5 days straight. I would do it, but I wouldn't be happy, right? At that point, I would just be like, yeah, I'll just do it, right? But then there's other things that they do, and I'd be like, I would just say no. I'd be like, don't even give me a car. I'm just gonna go home. Like, it's
Damn.
fine. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. It's like I have to have fun too, and also I just don't like being on camera. You know? Like
Yeah.
that's my thing. So
As we're on camera right now.
yeah, but like I chose to be here.
Yeah, fair, fair, fair.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, that's but what about you? You would do
Oh,
it?
I do it. Yeah, 100%.
Like a blind wait,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
okay, okay. See, there's two things. There's two things. I would do it as a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like because
Yeah.
I'm a YouTuber, I would be more inclined to say yeah. But like me as myself, I don't know. I wouldn't I like blindly unless I was like there was nothing going for me, you know what I mean? Like if I didn't have any like work or stuff. But also I have a son, like I can't just be leaving for
Okay,
like all those people
let's
who
say
are
they pay for a babysitter.
nah, no, 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 it's not worth it. You know,
Not
like my
worth it?
son, yeah, absolutely not. Like someone commented on my last video saying like, "Yo, Par's the opposite of Dragon because he left for a few months to like really capture the most important part." And it's like most important parts of my son's life, and I'm like, yeah, 100%. In the last 3 months or 4 months where I've like not been posting, my son started walking, started speaking full sentences. He can count, he did ABCs, like he's started creating bonds and all these things. I ain't missing that, and that only continues. And so like those, I'm not saying anything about the parents who did get the challenges, but I just can't. It doesn't like unless my kids are grown up. I'm not leaving for like 3 months or whatever, 100 days, whatever, and being like, I need this money, blah blah blah. It's whatever. But like, if it were like a 5 day challenge, okay, okay, that's what I mean. But like, I can't be blind. I would need to know time. I would need to know what I'm doing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. What about you?
Oh, I would do it.
Not
Yeah.
as a YouTuber. Not as a YouTuber.
Not as a YouTuber, I would do it. Yeah.
You do it?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I could be like I could be a caveman and I'd do it.
Yeah. The one I would want is easily like the build a defense around the car, or like have you seen those where he's like, here's $100,000, I'm gonna blow up, or $1 million, and I'm gonna blow it up with either tanks or explosives, protect the money, and you have like 3 days and unlimited money. I would want that one because it's so easy, and everyone's so dumb that like that they not. I think the people who've done it, they've won, but like out of sheer luck. I would want that's so easy. It's like the easiest. You don't have to be on camera. You're just paying. You're just using MrBeast's credit card, unlimited, bro. Give me unlimited money, I could do it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I'd be down for anything, man. For money, yeah. It
All
could
right.
be
What
like
about?
the grocery store one, counting up.
I could do grocery store one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like they would kick me out. I'd be way too boring.
I mean, I
Because
feel like a lot of people are pretty like normal on the show.
sort of I don't know, for me I feel like a lot of the people also they've said it too, like, oh, this is kind of boring, right? Like, but then MrBeast tries to amp it up because it's boring, and so then I'll be like, fuck, like I have to like not be as boring, because I feel like for me, like me and my wife have watched them, like some of these things, and like when they're talking about like, oh no, they have to be isolated for like mad long and whatever, and my wife looks at me and she's like, you would not care, like you would be fine for like ever,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, yeah, like I'm just not normal, I guess. Like they think that this is torture. For me, I'm like, I could like finally, I will be paid after sitting in a by myself. That's like my dream come true. I've done that before, like just by myself, and it's like that's like just camping, kind of, just in a different way. But I like, there's some ones that are like crazy. Do you think you'd be able to do like in the Survivor ones, like an island, be on an island, or
Oh,
Antarctica?
dude, for money, yeah, hell yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, and the thing is, even if I lose in the end, I'd still give it a try, dude. If somebody says, yo, for $500,000, I'd be like, say less.
500.
I don't care,
Yeah.
man. That's why when I see some people, I mean, granted, I don't know the conditions behind it, but like some people are coming out complaining about the challenges, and then some of them are like coming out saying it's completely fine. Like, I think I would fall in the camp where I'd be like, yeah, it's whatever, dude. Like
What about
the sleeping conditions are bad? I don't give a hell, dude. It's if I'm making that much money, why would I care? I know what I signed up for.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that stuff. I don't like. That's what I mean. Like the challenges aren't the problem for me. For me, it's that like I just like I have a son, especially now as having a son, I can't say yes to all of the challenges. Like if they tell me I'm gonna be gone for like more than 2 weeks, I'm straight. Is not. No, I'm sorry. Like it would have to be like like a like 2 million or something. You know, if it's two, if it's three, if it's like a month and you get 1 million, 2 million, maybe. But like
Oh my
I
god, that's such a
still,
high bar.
I still because like for me, there's nothing worth more than just being with my like being in this time with my son, especially right now where it's like he's learning so much and that time is you can't ever get that back. There's
Yeah.
no amount of money that you can get that back. There's no amount of restarting, there's no amount of redoing. And like some of my viewers, like when I first had my son, they were like, "Yo, like you're gonna know it when it comes. Like there's gonna be a time where you're gonna be upset if you take away time from that." And like I knew what they meant, but now especially having gone through like a lot of it, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing. I wouldn't. It's too much, too valuable. There's no you'd have to give me an absurd amount of money to take me away. But
What a
yeah,
good
but
dad. I'd go for any
I
money, dude. If I had a son, I'd be like, well, this for the future, bro. I'm gone.
yeah, I get it. It's just like it's just I don't know. It's because like I grew up with money. I grew up with like my dad having a lot of money, and
Yeah.
that shit didn't mean anything if like because he was just whatever. But the point is that it's just not seen it both ways. Obviously, I would use the money
Yeah,
way
you got your
differently.
priorities.
Yeah, but it's all about how you use it. But it's just for me that personal decision of money over time over kid, like I can't do that because that's how I grew up, right? So, but have you seen? I haven't looked into this. I haven't had time, but people are trying to cancel MrBeast because his game, like his videos are fake. Like, have you seen that stuff?
Well, wait. Real quick. Sorry, I had like a random side thought. Would you survive in a Saw game?
I haven't watched like Saw through fully, so like like give me some like the examples.
Okay. So like yeah, like a classic one. A key behind your eye.
A
Like
key behind my eye.
yeah, you wake up and then Jigsaw's like, "Hey, like in the next like 20 minutes, this room's going to fill with poisonous gas, excruciating pain. Your arms are going to get ripped off because it's attached to like some weird hook device.
Yeah.
But the only way to get out is be like via a key. A key will release your cuffs and it'll unlock the door, but the key is behind your eye. And then in front of you is like an entire tool set to like get rid of your eye. Would you be able to do it?
I think so.
God,
I think so.
that's rough. Yeah, I feel like like the adrenaline would kick. Like you'd have to, right?
Yeah,
It wouldn't be a good feeling. It would definitely not take like a minute, but God.
yeah. The eye is hard. If it was like limbs, it'd be so easy. But like for like, cause I'm fame among my friends, cause I have enough medical knowledge that like I'll tell everyone to go to the doctors. Everyone should go to doctors. You guys should not listen to what I'm saying right now and take that as what you should do. But anytime I'm injured, even like severely, I know I know what needs to be done and I don't need to go to the doctors, and I've now proven it like 8 times now where if like I'll fracture my leg or if I have something like in my arm or something, I'll do all the right things and prep myself in the work. If I need to, then I'll go to the doctors and I'll have done all the prep work, and then doctor's like, oh wow, like you saved us some time, and like it's not recommended, next time you should come to the doctors. Like I think I told my story where I had the blood clot, right? That was I was like, there's no amount of anything I could do to stop a blood clot, but I need to confirm that was a blood clot, and I need to do all the preventative measures to stop it from going to my lungs and shit, and I did all that. I like waited 3 days. I had a developing blood clot, and two of them, and I knew where each one was. And when I eventually made it to the doctors, they're like, "Oh wow, that's crazy. We thought you were lying." Blah blah. That the emergency room thought I was lying, but then the blood doctor, I forgot what they're called. It's
The way blood doctor works.
yeah, blood doctor. They were like, "Yo, shit." Technically, it's a vein doctor, vascular, or whatever. But yeah, and like other things, like I should have went to the doctor for something in my foot, and I just took care of it myself, all the stuff, and now my foot's fine and it's all great. I think I fractured one of my bones before, and like I've seen it in one of my scans, but they weren't looking for my leg stuff, so like they didn't say anything, and so it's all stuff that you don't really need to know. But so for the eye situation, it had to be painful. But my example is I had ACL surgery done, and they give you opioids to like perks or whatever. After my surgery, I didn't take any pain medication. I just kind of like cried like instead, because I was just like 15 or 14 or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, like I don't want to, like, you hear all the scary stories. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I'm just gonna, here's the bottle, it's right next to me. And I remember like I was crying the entire, like I think my dad came in and he's like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not, but I'm not gonna take this medication. And I just, like, the entire week I was in pain. I never took
Scared of medicine,
perks. Yeah, just didn't do it. Same thing after my neck surgery too. Like, I refused to take it unless it was nighttime. But I only took it at nighttime because it's my neck. Like, you can't control how you sleep. And if you sleep like an inch in the wrong way, oh my God, that kills. That literally is probably the most aggravating pain I've ever experienced. It was insane. So I had to take pain medications to just sleep that time. But other than that, yeah, I think I could.
So you think you defeat Jigsaw?
Is that it? It was just the eye key in your eye.
No, there's a lot. Like Jigsaw, I mean, I'm not a big Jigsaw fan. I don't like Jigsaw at all. And the main reason is because he designs a lot of his traps to be unwinnable.
Yeah.
Like there are some of them that you just straight up can't win. And it's like a whole gauntlet. Like, for every Jigsaw movie, you go through at least like 10 different death traps. And at that point, I'm just like, just kill me, dude. Like, it's whatever, man.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing
cut
about
off your eye, cut off your leg. Here's two people. You got to choose who lives and who dies. But also, you have to pull a switch to do it. But in the switch are like 10, deadly venomous snakes. It's like, okay, dude. Like, all right, Jigsaw. You're having a little bit too much fun with this one.
So with the eye one, right? Like, the funny thing is, not that I've gone and done it, but I do know how to. We're able to pop out our eyeballs.
Yeah.
Like you can, if you do it like hard enough, and you can flex the like around here, and then, like, I forget how it was, but you're able to. And if you have tools too, I'm pretty sure that helps. So you don't even have to like gouge your eye. So that one might be easier, like that one's not that as like I'm saying, like, for a movie, I'd be a terrible, I mean, obviously it's not real, but like, you didn't actually torture people, but that one, like, I'm pretty sure I would first try like just popping my eyeball.
What
out
about
and just putting it back in socket?
There's another one where you have to perform open brain surgery on yourself, and the key is in your brain.
All right, see, that's not possible.
that was in the latest movie. That was in the latest movie where Jigsaw's like, yes, like because it was like a brain surgeon.
Oh, if that's his expertise.
Yeah, he was like a neurosurgeon, and I forgot the whole premise. Like, the Jigsaw movies are so dumb. I think it's one of the worst horror icons out there.
No, see, that's the thing. If I was a brain surgeon, I would do that.
No. Here's the plot twist. He pretended to be a brain surgeon.
Oh.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, the plot of the movie is that Jigsaw was waiting to get like a brain scan, just something done to him, and then all the doctors were goofing around and they gave him a wrong diagnosis, and he was really upset about it. Yeah. And he brought in that doctor into the traps. He was like, yeah, you're pretending to be a brain surgeon. You're wasting everybody's time. You gave me a bad diagnosis, and now you're here. If you're truly a brain surgeon, why don't you perform open brain surgery on yourself? Like, they're like, here's all the here's everything you need on a table, and here's like a mirror to see the back of your head. Dude, I don't know. Dude, half of the shit, I don't know how Jigsaw does, to be honest. Like, nothing Jigsaw does actually makes sense. He's a dying old man, yet he's like hanging 10 people from a wall and setting up this elaborate trap. And I don't even know where he gets the money from. Sometimes you see Jigsaw's house and the guy has like, Budweiser just laying on the ground. He has like cardboard boxes. Like, dude, I don't know how he has the money. He's like P. Diddy. He's a secret billionaire. Nobody knows.
Yo, but like, because for
Insane.
me, I'm thinking like, wait, how did if he got the key in the brain? He's a pretty great brain surgeon. That's kind of cracked. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how he managed that one, and like then he could do the surgery on himself if that was
Yeah,
the issue.
exactly. Like, how's he doing this? Yeah, I
Like,
mean, the movies are, and the movies, so I don't know if you've watched it, but like every single contestant, it's always for
yeah,
something either big, like, oh, you're faking being a doctor, but some of them are
uh-huh.
like, oh, like, I saw you, you dropped some trash on the side of the street. You're a litterer. The world could be better without you. And then it's like because you littered, how about this? Like, this
That
toilet
sounds
has like 50,000 dirty heroin needles, and you have to stick your hand in there to find a key at the bottom of this toilet. But also, this toilet's like, there's like razor blades, feces,
I
this
can't
this
do
is the
that.
extent of your littering, and it's
I'd
like
give up.
what the hell?
Yeah, that's
The
crazy.
most
That's like
minute, he
a
goes from like the most minute crimes to like the most insane ones, because he's like, yes, you killed 10 people, now you're here, and you're like pit against a guy who just littered one time on a Saturday.
That's like a garbage version of like the anime like battle royale challenges, like where they're super random or whatever. But then
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy.
Jigsaw, man, he holds grudges, brother.
I'm glad I didn't watch this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just not a fan of Jigsaw. Like, Amanda's one thing, but Jigsaw, he's not my favorite. And Amanda's like one
Jigsaw's
of
the
his
clown guy,
disciples.
right? Jigsaw's the thing where like he has face paint and like red eye stuff.
Yeah. He's like the little mascot thing. And then it's all
Mm.
controlled by like an old man in like a decrepit hospital bed.
Wait, so every movie it's a different Jigsaw, or is this the same old man that's just
So
like never getting caught,
Jigsaw's in
unlimited money?
two movies, if I recall, two or three, if you count like
Okay.
the prequel. But Jigsaw's not in all of them, because I think there's like nine or just some ridiculous number. But Jigsaw, throughout the movie, sometimes you'll find disciples. Like, people go so insane during his challenges that they want to become the next Jigsaw, and Jigsaw trains them up. Like, Amanda, I think, is the first one, and she goes absolutely insane. She kills a bunch of people and everything, and then Jigsaw's like, ah, yes, you'd make the perfect next Jigsaw. And then he trains her up, and then there's like a couple of guys too. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then they all like do the same like song and dance of like the weird red puppet on a bike.
See, that's the thing where it's like you said it, you cut to the truth of it. Half this shit, the reason why it's unrealistic is because like there's no money. Like there's no in the real world that you need money to run this kind of thing. And like the kind of person that would do this, like the way like you described it, some like bum ass home with like garbage on the side, like white trailer trash, like that. At least that's what it sounded like with the Budweiser or whatever. And like
Yeah.
there's no money, they can't do that, right? That's but and then you also said it with like the P Diddy shit, where it's like yeah, like P Diddy can do that, where it's like not saying P Diddy did, allegedly, but but Epstein, P Diddy,
Ooh.
it's the money
Wait.
trail.
If you were like a trillion billionaire, like unlimited funds, would you be one of those like billionaires who does like the big game hunting?
Like animals?
Sorry, not big game hunting. The most dangerous game. Sorry. That's
What's that?
Do you not know what the most dangerous game is?
Is that the thing where like in Russia they have like 100 miles of forest that they just toss people into? Is that
Yeah,
what?
it's a book written let me see. Who's it written by?
Dang, you read books now? What happened?
Yeah, good one.
I, I swear in the last season of the 50/50, the moral of the thing was like Sai doesn't read books like
The most
and
dangerous
now
game, also published as The Hounds of Zaroff, is a short story by Richard Connell, first published in Collier's on January 19th, 1924. And yeah, it's about a it's about a billionaire who brings people to like his little secluded island or neck of the woods, and then he's like, "Hey, I love hunting." And the guy's like, "Oh, that's cool, man." I was like, "Yep, I've hunted many animals in my life. I'm a rich guy, tigers, elephants, boars. But there's one animal that just really gives me a thrill." And he's like, "What is it?" He's like, "People." And then he just sets the guy loose, and then he just hunts him in the woods. So yeah,
Nah,
like if you were a billionaire, would you hunt people in the woods?
nah. But if
You
I
wouldn't,
was a
damn.
billionaire, if it on this like train of logic, this like like this thematic, my version, I would train Olympians. I would. It's so abysmally sad, like
I would.
how
Okay, training Olympia.
I
Really?
would. Yeah, I care.
Why?
I care about the peak of humanity, like the fastest run. I just feel like we don't care anymore. Like I don't know if you kept up with
I'm
like the
one of those
Olympics.
guys. I don't care. Like when you say you want to train Olymp. Okay, if you want to create the world's fastest man, the world's best, like I agree with that. I think that's so cool.
Yeah,
But solely for the Olympics or with the
not
intent of
solely for the
yeah,
Olympics.
like with the purpose of having them like train or like
No,
participate in the
no.
Olympics. I'm just not a big Olympics guy. I think the Olympics, a hot take. I think it's kind of lame.
I think the Olympics have gone like when I was a kid, the
Like it's
Olympics
cool, but it's not. It's
mattered
not
way
cool.
more, and
Yeah.
it was held in a higher regard than it is now. And I think that's society's fault or whatever. And like, not that we should care about it, but again, it's not about the Olympics. I care about the peak of humanity, and like, I
Yeah,
want to
me
get
too.
everybody, whether it be like like the people are talking about like the steroid side and whatever, and like the natural side. I care about both. I would want both sides, and everything's like consent, but like I just think that like there's not enough care about the peak of humanity. We just stopped caring, and like now it's like reflecting, and it's like I feel like it's stalemating, right? Like like Michael Phelps, like cool, right? He has like the headlines right now is he has more Olympic medals than like most nations. And like, yeah, Michael Phelps is just like abomination of like a swimming god in a thing. Like, but how come it stops there? I want to continue that. And like that's like the weird billionaire type shit where it's like I would make everything
Would
like
you
humane,
would
but
you
like
go like organic? Would you like start implanting animal DNA within humans, or would you go like the cyberpunk route with like implants and augmentations like that?
I think there would be genres, right? Like there'd be the normal, there'd be like people who want to do like because there's a lot of like it was Sam Sulek, right? Like that one influencer guy who's
Yeah.
just like I don't want to live a long time, I want to live like a fun time, and he just shoots himself up with steroid. Like how do we
Kind of
stop
cool.
him?
That's like a character on a Baki. That's like Jack Hama.
No, he have you seen he literally is a Baki
No,
character,
no,
and
no. I
like
haven't heard of this guy.
oh you need like because a lot of people like him, and it's just sad because everyone's like his whole thing is like he's okay with
They
dying
like
when
him
he's
for the
like before 30s.
steroids.
Well, he's very open about like he doesn't lie about his steroid use. So like
Yeah.
that's why people respect him. And then he's also like very open about like, hey, like if you want to, this is why, and if you want to, you are accepting all these risks and that kind of a thing. And he's like safety first and all that stuff. Like he's at least from what I've seen, I haven't seen like so much of him that it's like that's the case, but like he's transparent. That's the big thing, and transparency is the most important thing. And like that's like what he's doing isn't like straight up illegal, right? Like obviously we have like medical things to prevent people from like acquiring the drugs or whatever. But like with the UFC and like all these other things, everyone thinks that everyone's doping. Olympics too. So it's like we create genres. And like yeah, like why not create like a cyborg division or like a like implant division, like and then another one like hey, like within people are doing body modifications.
Oh, you should. Okay, so you should have these different genres, right?
Yeah.
And then what you should do is drop them all in an island and make them form teams based on their genre. And then the genre that wins is the best one. And then they get like released or something. And they can go back into humanity.
The released part is the crazy part, right? I see you having them compete them. That's side brain right there. For me, like
I
I
love
would
battle
have
royales. They're my favorite, man.
I would have a secret like training like my shout outs to my hero, but like you know how they had secret facilities for training. I would
Yeah.
do that shit,
The most
and no one would know
unsecret
about
places,
it.
by the way. I feel like every time they say they have a secret
yeah.
location, it's always raided like the next episode.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
we have a top secret island where we can train all of the students. And then
I
2
like
hours
that
later,
they-
like a giant nuke's dropping, Godzilla's coming to the island. It's like, okay, cool, good one.
I like that they explained that because I always thought that was crazy. I was like, huh? Like again, this is the same thing. And then like it was one of those things where you thought that like there was a meaning to this, and then they gave the meaning, and it was all right. I liked it, but I also was like, I just didn't like the character, whatever. But the point is that like I would do that stuff, and then yeah, the Olympics, like athletes from my camp would just show up and just steamroll everyone, and they'd be like, how did this happen? And I saw like a podcast where I think it was like Shannon Sharp, like I think he had a podcast, some person, and they were going over the United States, like apparently like when a person wins a gold medal, the US gives them $37,000. And Shannon Sharp's like, that's so sad. Like the fact that like a base NFL athlete makes like $500,000, and then they give a gold medalist 37 grand.
I feel like that's normal.
So then, but he was like, I'll give you $100,000 base, like if you, and go out there and break those world records, get motivated, and like, you know, all that aside, like, but again, like for me, it's like I would care about the peak humanity. That's what I would want to do. But yeah, it's just that would be like the trillionaire billionaire type shit that I would do. I'd get like some scientists, you know, get like all these things, and we don't do that enough. We need to do that more. Our Olympic team should have like these pharmaceutical.
We should have like a half lion person participate in the race. That'd be cool.
Like okay, see, on that front, that genre of people, there are people who want to do that. Like, isn't there like in South America like this dude who turned himself into a lion? Like he's been body morphing.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. I think he should be put down.
Yeah, well, okay, so then I don't know what side or who you want, because you're like, we need a lion person, but then when you see it, you're like, that's disgusting, kill him.
Well, okay, right, but that's like different though. Like I was thinking of like a comic book, you know, good old anime things where it's like a perfect combination.
My point is
the guy just has like 1,000 body surgeries where he looks like a monster.
Well,
and it doesn't even help him.
Yeah, but
the guy's like living in agonizing pain.
As a billionaire, I would be like, hey, you want to become a lion? I have a way to help you to become a lion. How about we meet in the middle? And it's like, if he consents to it and if he's getting 100 surgeries done to like just look like a lion, but he wants to be a lion, who am I to stop him? Right? Like that's crazy. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's such an insane mindset. I feel like
you literally were like lion people. You are literally fishing to make me sound crazy.
I don't know, dude. That's kind of nuts for me, dude. You want to turn? So if somebody says they want to be a lion, you'd say, "Hey, hell yeah, let's do it, brother. Let's turn you into a lion." That's gross.
Okay, Sai, you said, nasty, dude. Oh, we should have lion people. How would you procure them?
I was thinking about like just becoming God and just perfectly mixing them.
Oh, so Sai has a god complex? He doesn't even care. Wow. So then what was the hypothetical being a billionaire?
You know, sometimes people are like, like god complexes are bad. Like, why would you think about what you would do if you're God? It's like, dude, who doesn't? That's like basic imagination. That's like 101.
Hypothetical was if you're a billionaire, not if you're God. That's not even, you just changed
like the Hrothgar from Final Fantasy 14. Like I just perfectly mixed them and just turn them into like a fantasy race.
You literally said billionaire, and then you said, you know what'd be cool? Lion people. We should inject something and turn them into lion. I was like, agree, and you're like, that's disgusting. If I was God, then I would just make lion. And then you went on to
I would make crab people too. Like I would just like perfply mix and mingle them as like God himself.
Oh,
just like with the powers of Quartzark.
I wish I had the hypothetical world where I was God. Thanks, Sai, for that. Nice. Literally, you set this up from, hey, would you gouge out your eye as Jigsaw's victim, to what would you do with money? Create lion people? That's disgusting, Par. You're gross. Like, what the fuck?
It's not that I think you're. You don't think gross. I think you dream small. That's the best way to put it, Par.
I see now I know. Now I know what happened here.
What happened?
Sai restarted the 50-50. The Sai was twiddling his fingers last week. He's like, "Hey, Par, we have a break week. I know we've been pushing this off, and you've been crafting this. Oh, I can't wait to put Par's make say the craziest things next week." And now you're here.
No.
Now you're here. Yeah, yeah.
It was never the prerogative.
Blue, black dresses, white, gold dress. And you were like, "Nah, that's not crazy enough. Unless if the conversation doesn't get to Quartz Arc, are we even talking?"
I'm just saying, like, if you were guys, please answer. If you guys were gone for a day,
don't break the fourth wall right now.
If you guys were gone for a day, what crazy race would you make? A lot of people want to be my first go-to. I think fish people would be pretty cool. I think fish people would be pretty cool. I've said it before, like, you know, half shark, half man. You know, like a fishman out of One Piece. I think that'd be really cool to bring into real life.
At no point in this conversation
was so much ocean.
Offered this hypothetical.
Well, I mean, you already answered. You want to like create these weird like body modded humans that have like half lion traits, and then have them participate in the Olympics. You want them to participate in the Olympics?
You literally said
that's a good one.
With like 9-digit money, with mortal means, what would you do? And then you're like, Par, you think so small. If I was God, and it's like, when was that on the table?
Hey.
All right, guys. You know what? I'm gonna push the question to you guys. If you were
and that's why you guys come to the 50-50 podcast.
Is that why? We haven't done this in like a year. When is the last time we did the 50? Was it like November?
It was a solar eclipse.
Huh? Why do you remember that?
That was the last episode, the solar eclipse.
Oh. Was that like, wait, no, but why
when was the solar eclipse?
That was the first question.
When does the solar eclipse happen if you had to guess? Like February?
The solar eclipse was this year.
Yeah, I think it was like February or March, right?
Wait, it was April.
April, yeah. So we last recorded in April.
Whoa, this isn't that bad. 4 months, that's it?
It's kind of bad if you have like a weekly schedule.
Did you say schedule?
Yeah. I just woke up. I'm still sleepy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's fine. You're like the sixth person that just accidentally says schedule to me. I feel like I'm in a simulation. That's wild.
Or maybe I'm just Australian.
My wife said it yesterday, and I was like, schedule? Wait, what? What did you say?
Maybe I'm just Australian.
Wait, do they say schedule?
Yeah.
Oh, because my wife said the exact. No, I'm gonna say. I feel like you guys are setting me up. That's crazy. She said the exact same thing.
I'm not
She's like,
setting you
maybe
up,
I'm
dude.
Australian.
See, I think. No, it's okay.
Oh no. I'm in the Jigsaw thing. This is a game. I'm in
No. I was about to say you have Olympic level mishearing, but
no, shit. You admitted it. It's on camera. Watch. You're gonna post it. Edit out that part.
There's gonna be like a beep.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh wait, bat people would be pretty cool, right?
What?
Like supersonic hearing. You just have like bat people.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool, dude.
Yeah, that would
cook them
cool.
up. Cook them up.
I don't know which Olympic game they would. Oh, have you seen the
gun meme? Yeah.
Yeah, the turkey guy.
I like how most people, like, when they see the gun memes, it's just about how cool they are, but it's not about who won, who has the medals. Like, nobody cares, man. We just like the memes. I feel like that's the Olympics this year. Like, nobody really knows who won. It's just about like the memes that come out of it.
Yo, like, so yesterday, did you hear what happened to the Indian team?
No.
Their wrestling team. So in the morning, the 50 kg. I don't know if that like what weight classes are, but she's 50 kgs. That's the weight that she needs to meet, right? She was in the gold medal match. Every match they have to reweigh, right? And
Yeah.
so she failed the gold medal match weigh-in. So they're supposed to hit 50 kg. She
One
was
too many
100
cheeseburgers.
grams, 100 grams over. And so they disqualified her and made her last place because she got disqualified for weight thing. So everyone's like, well, how? She's the gold medal match person and she's 100 grams over. 100 grams is 6 tangerine slices. It's literally she had hair and they did like she could have cut her hair off and it would have, so she was disqualified and that was a whole uproar. And it's like people whether like I think
I
most
don't
people are
know.
like disqualify her, right? That's whatever,
Yeah.
right? But then later in the day, and this one I'm 100% like, yeah, that's just their fault. The I think like the rest of the Indian team, I don't know if it was like the rest of them, but like I think a bunch of them got they're getting deported because one of the wrestlers
That's so
I,
good.
I went to sleep and I was like, wait, what happened? And so one of the wrestlers needed something from the village, like the Olympic Village, and they like couldn't in time get there because they needed to do something. And so they had their sister impersonate them and go into the village, and security caught them. Like they successfully made it in, but I guess on the way out they were caught. And because they impersonated an Olympian, they're getting deported now. And it's just wild and like that's all in a bubble, sure, but like the rest of the Olympics is crazy because like the Italian gold medalist for 100 meters swimming, he he won the medal and now he's like homeless. He's just living on the streets because in Paris because he
People are
said
like
the
pissing on his medal. That sucks.
no, because the living conditions that France set up for the Olympians is so bad that he'd rather be homeless. He's like,
Oh, that's why.
yeah. So, and this is a thing that the Indian Modi, like their prime minister, president, whatever the fuck, he has sent all of his Olympians portable air conditioners because France refuses to give them ACs even though it's super hot. So all the Olympians are just like dying of heat stroke. And like these are Indians are acclimated to heat. It's crazy that the Indians need the ACs, but the prime minister sent it over. And so they all have ACs, and like France is like, nah, we have green initiatives. You guys can whatever. And then the Italian guy's like, that's one thing, but the food is garbage too. So he
Yeah, I saw
can't
the
eat.
food, bro. It's just like broccoli and like some rice, right?
Yeah, and so he's just like, yeah, I'd rather live on the streets. And apparently he's not the only one. Like other people, I guess like they've moved out, like, went to like hotels and stuff like that. They're just like living it up. But I don't know why the Italian Olympian was just like,
I mean,
nah, I'm just
that's
gonna go sleep in a park.
that's kind of how it is for like whenever I hear about the Olympics coming around, like they're like, oh, like I think last time around, like the whole controversy was that their beds were like made out of cardboard or like really soft material so that they can't bring people over to have sex.
Yeah,
Because
but
it's
then they tested it and the cardboard is really strong. And like
yeah.
Japan like
And it's
did a
like you don't
bunch
need
of
a
weird
bed to
things.
have sex. Like what is going on here?
Yeah, but and the thing is Japan like they pulled it through. Japan was like like not the top Olympics, but one of the more favorited as like experiences go. But Paris is like as far as like Paris goes, I think it's just great as far as like because a lot of people have been saying like, yo, Paris is fake, like it's no, don't go there for honeymoon or vacation. Like I had a few friends going there, like, yeah, it smells like piss, like it's worse than New York City, it's garbage, it's disgusting, the food is like whatever, but it's so expensive, it's not
Yeah.
even that good for most places. And now because of the Olympics, that whole veil has been ripped off, and it's just crazy because it's like all the things that Paris is like, you know, like touted for, or like people go there for as a tourist. It's like, nah, bro, like they don't even, it's crazy. It's just crazy how, like for me, I looked at the Italian one in a bubble. I was like, I think that's just French Italian beef because I think there is like huge beef between the two like cultures. So I think the Italian one was just wanted the headline of like, look at France, they can't accommodate an Italian, it's disgusting. But it's not just them, it's every nation so far has had their own kind of like, yo, it's we just can't survive here, which is
Yeah.
wild because like they had the Olympics in worse places as far as like the other controversy, it like FIFA, I think the World Cup, they did it in Qatar, And Qatar's problem is like, yeah, they're like they have enough money, whatever, but they use like basically slave labor to build all
Oh, I heard about that.
yeah, the thing,
That's huge.
and like people die, like thousands of people died in order to make the stadiums as fast as possible.
Those would be
And it's
like the
like
most haunted like Olympic Games out there, huh?
100%. People don't know this. So me and Sai, good segue off of the Olympics. 'Cause I'm tired of talking about it, but me and Sai, we've been itching to bring back the 50-50. So much so that it's been leaking in the podcast. It's been leaking on the stream. At the end of my stream or during the podcast, we'll just bring up some random conversation. We'll talk about it for like 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll come back to the One Piece stuff. And so the last thing that we talked about is that after One Piece is done, after our channels hit the peak of our like once we become washed up, we're gonna pivot and become Ghostbusters essentially, and do haunted places coverage, right? Like live streams.
Yep. And
YouTube
one of the places
videos.
we're gonna go to is none other than the Qatar Olympics arena.
And the best part about that, and it's the sad. So here's the funny part, and obviously, guys are making a joke. It is kind of soon, but like it's personally sad. But like one thing that was out of pocket for the Qatar World Cup was that they were talking about the in like the intro, right at the very beginning, they're like, "Oh my God, look at these stadiums. Here's this stadium. Here's that stadium. When you need to do this, blah blah." And the mascot that was saying it was a ghost.
What do you mean he was a ghost? Like he was
like,
dead?
No, yeah, it was like Casper the Ghost was the mascot for the Qatar World Cup. That was like, hey guys, look at the World Cup here. We built it in like 5 days. Blah blah blah. All these people were, and it's a fucking ghost. Like it was a ghost.
Like,
that was
wait. The mascot is a ghost, or like a legitimate, like, oh, they're dead ghost?
Well, so it's a mascot, like a cartoonified ghost is like the mascot that brings you to the World Cup. But alongside that coverage was how many people died alongside making those things. And the unfortunate, connection is that when we go there, if they allow us, because that's the scary part. You might be fine, but I'm brown and they're hella racist. Is that a lot of the people who passed away are Bengali, because the Bengalis are like
it's your people
enslaved. Yeah, so I might be able to speak with the ghosts. So that's our one up. But on the same end, I've been to all those a few of those Middle Eastern. They're hella racist. I mean, they're brown, but they're also racist to my brown. It's kind of like how like. It's like I've said this before. It's like you know a little bit too. There's the high tier Asians, and then there's the
the low tier Asians.
Yeah, the same.
I've been calling them undesirables recently.
Oh, see, I wouldn't go that far, but there's like my best friend Filipino. Me and him were like, yo, we're like the same regard in our respective universes, where it's like the Filipino and the Bangladeshis, and like to some extent the Mexicans. The Mexicans have the same thing in like the Hispanic world, where it's like that's kind of what it is.
I feel like everybody does, right? Everybody has like a tier list in their head, whether people like to admit it or not. Everybody has like a preference, right?
Yeah. Well, preference is crazy, but like there's a supremacy. There's supremacy is
sure. Wild.
I mean, like
that's a crazy thing to say. So certain races have supremacy over others, is what you're saying, Par?
Well, Filipinos would agree that Japan had an entire empire that raised the entire Asian continent, and they would say that they thought they were superior. There's a World War II that kind of substantiates that a little bit, and I think every realm had that to a certain extent. I don't think the Filipinos would kind of push back on that notion that they felt the ire of all that, and then the word would be, the Japanese try to mask it with Hello Kitty and Naruto and stuff, but, you look back just before Hello Kitty and you're like, wait a second, this supremacy word came up a little too often. This God's people.
So now you're a brown supremacist, is what you'd call yourself.
Wait, no, I'm the lower rung. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
I see, hiding in the middle.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
I got you, par.
This now I know. See, that's what's crazy. I always asked to bring back the 50-50, and Sai was like, "Hey, I'm too busy. Oh, listen, like I have so much content to make. You wouldn't know about that." And then last week he hit me up and said 50-50, and I was like, "I'll 100%. That's the only one I hear." All the other times, like, "Oh, Sai, let's record the 50-50." Sai's just like, "Oh, listen, like it's not gonna fit in my schedule. I have this guy, someone's flying me out. It's crazy." And like, oh, spawns this. Now I know he wanted to get the audio clips out on this one. That's wild.
What are you talking about? I think you're just making that up.
You know what? The thing is, Sai edits it, he go beep. Part was just he asked me to block all this out.
See, I never try to set you up, par, but you know, it can easily be taken out of context.
Yeah. Easily taken out of context.
Easily. It's not my fault.
But going forward, we should try. I mean, this one was a weird break week. It ended up lining up in a good week because I'm busy tomorrow. But our new schedule that we were trying to do was on all the break weeks that we would just meet up the same time.
Knock one out, yeah. Rub it out really good.
We'll try to do that. Seems feasible.
I think we can.
Yeah. Do you have thumbnail ideas? Are we still doing the MS Paint?
Yeah, still doing MS Paint. You know, I think that's the best way to go about these. You know.
Yeah. I'm down.
So yeah, MS Paint all the way.
Yeah,
but
did we hit?
Oh, go for it.
I was saying we hit the 90 minutes. We hit the 90-minute yet?
Yes, we hit the 90 minutes. We're gonna call it here, guys. Thank you all so much for coming back to the what is this? The rebirth of the 50-50 podcast. I'm your new host, Sai. That's your new host, Par. And we will catch you guys in maybe 2 weeks. We'll see. We don't want to make any promises just yet, but we will be back as soon as possible.
Covering the U.S. elections.
Like a dad running off to the MrBeast games. I'm gonna be gone for a little bit. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Peace out.